I was given the task of turning all these mobs into full-on, completely destructive, insane mechs to add to their playable map on the Minecraft marketplace. That's crazy. Let's do it. So I wanted to start with making the creeper mech that shoots out tiny creepers that explode because that just sounds awesome. We'll need to use a lot of pieces to make the geometry for these mechs. And I want the creeper mech to have the same body shape as a creeper, so it needs to be tall. Once the model is done, I get to some basic colors. You know, some greens and browns. Then it's time for texturing. I want these all to look super industrial, so I need to give it the feeling that it's military grade. I'll finish off with a little creeper face on the top part, and that's it. Let's see how it turned out. Look at how massive this thing is. Oh my goodness, look at the brain on this creeper mech and the exhaust pipes coming off the back. Oh my goodness, wouldn't want to get stuck in that. That would be kind of hard to breathe in. Let's climb inside and get a good vantage point of the rest of this world around us. We are inside the creeper mech now. Oh my goodness, massive destruction about to ensue. And we've got a unique ability to send unlimited creepers out, destroying everything in sight. Complete and utter destruction and total mech defense. Oh my goodness, I think it actually might hurt us a bit. We might want to be just a tad bit careful. Those explosions are pushing us around. It looks like we've got some husks trying to threaten our defenses. Don't mind if I do, folks. Watch out, bucko! Oh my goodness gracious! Explosive! Let's see, one last one survived. My goodness, he's a strong little husk, isn't he? See ya, buddy. Sayonara! Oh my goodness, I think our punch killed him because he was too weak from our previous explosions. Just how many husks can we take down, though? Over and over and over again! Look at the destruction in our wake! Oh my gosh! Everybody's exploding! These creeper explosions are taking care of everything in sight. One husk trying to hide next to the cactus here. Sayonara, buddy. Well, folks, I think... Oh, one more. Hold on. Well, folks, I think that was just about the easiest cleanup job I've ever had. For the villager mech, I'm thinking of doing a dark red and emerald scheme. I added some chunky legs. Villagers need to hit the gym a bit more. Then I got working on adding more emerald all around the body of the mech. I promise this isn't a pillager face. It's just a really upset metallic villager. It kind of looks like he's gonna cry. Don't worry about it. But whatever. It's ready and it's looking great. It's time to take this to the village and see what they think. Plop this guy down here, central in the village, and those legs turned out absolutely beefy. One thing this villager mech hasn't done is miss leg day. His kneecaps might even squash me if I'm not careful. The only lightly concerning piece about this villager mech, look at that nose. If this guy sneezes, we're gonna be blown away. Actually, we might be able to use that to our benefit. Let's get up here on top of this house, make a leap for it, and jump inside this mech. Oh my word, we've got complete control of the nose. There it is. We can see it above ourselves. We've got some serious emerald firepower on the back of us too. Battery powered emerald explosives wielded. Wait, what's that smell? Is that a raid? It is a raid! Don't worry, defense is activated. Emerald firepower, ensue! I mean, come on, really go after it. Oh no, I don't know if our emerald firepower is gonna be enough. We've only got one down so far. I think our golem over there is doing more work than we are. Folks, I think we might need a tad bit more firepower. Let's make this golem mech from the ground up, starting with some beefy legs and some arms that have these grabby claws at the end. You know, like in Toy Story, where they say, the claw. If iron golems were worshipped by villagers, I can't even imagine how they'll react when I pull up riding in this thing. But back to modeling. We still need this texture to be right, so I worked on that a bit, and then gave the face these little golem eyes poking out from the top. Let's see Mr. Claw Golem in action. That villager mech might not have been quite enough, but trust me, folks. Oh my word. Look at those claw hands. This golem mech is gonna be able to grab anybody by the throat and yeet them out of the village. All right, let's just see if I can get a good angle to climb up inside this guy. Yep, boom. The red interior is making things feel fancy, and look at those eyeballs. Halfway hidden, ultra defensive. But the best piece of all, folks, look at these biceps. Oh my gosh, we can send the villager mech flying up into the air. That's at least 6 or 7 tons of force. Let's find any leftover raiders and finish off this defense. Unfortunately, I forgot to include the climbing mechanics inside of our golem mech. Hold on, guys. 1 sec. Let me get around here. The raiders are making it around the top side. They're using our size to their advantage. If I can fit through these, if I can fit through here. But we found one. No escaping me now, buddy. Bam! Up and down. Let's see you land one more of those, buddy. Nice try. Yeah. Oh my goodness, you got a lot of health, buddy. Let's knock him off the mountaintop. Oh no! He's hiding inside of a hole. Our mech is just a tad bit too large. But maybe one of our claws can reach in there and grab him out. Yeetimus Maximus! Raid victory! And we have our spoils of war in hand. Note to self, when approaching the village, make sure the mech can fit through the walls of the homes. Let's get working on an ender mech. I'll start with a lot of gray rectangles, using them to make the shape of the mech. As you probably noticed, they all need to be able to fit a player model inside. I decided to add a wheel as a leg for the ender mech. I don't know why, I just felt we didn't have enough wheel love for these mechs. Now for the arms, lanky and skinny, just like an enderman. Copy those over to the other side, then get to the basic coloring. I wanted to go super robot themed on this one. It kind of reminds me of the Star Wars control panels. You know what I mean? But after some eyes and final detailing, I think we're done. Let's see it in game. Can this mech take on the boss of all bosses? There's only one way to find out. Drop the mech down, beefy boy. Those long arms, those are gonna be reaching all the way across the end. And look at the mobility on this guy. I heard those are F1 wheels. But there's only one way to really test this out. Make ourselves as vulnerable as possible and hope for the best. But if we trust in the wheels and these insane hydraulics with the reverse kneecaps, we should have no problem at all. And as soon as this dragon tries to fly away, we're gonna pull him down and completely nukify him. Let's grab him. I've got complete control. I am now the boss of bosses. Oh, wait. Oh, yikes. Okay, hold on. Careful, folks. It got a little bit hot underneath our toes there. I mean, underneath our wheels there. Back to the perch. This dragon's getting confident. Pull him this direction. Pull him off the perch. Whack him a couple times. A couple hits. This dragon is confident. He's not scared at all. Let's pull him into a pillar over here. One pull, another pull. Come on, this direction. Hold on. Back away from the pillar. Try to get pulled through a pillar, buddy. Good luck. It did nothing. This is not working at all. And the fire is burning our wheels. It's burning our rubber. Oh no, we're melting. Run, run. Whoo! Safety. Close call, folks. Oh my goodness, that dragon almost got us. We gotta test out these abilities on something a tad bit more our size first. You look beefy, but I need you to do the best you can with those lanky arms, all right? Ah, yes. Some peace and quiet, finally. And good testing grounds. Ah, we've got him right here. Come here, buddy. Look at that. Oh my goodness, he's pretty quick. Okay, hold on. Grab him again. Oh my goodness. Wait a second. I think he just went right under our wheels and we crushed him underneath this hot rubber. You want to experience what happened to your friend? Sayonara. Going for 3. Going for 3. Going for 3. See ya, buddy. A few more upgrades, and this ender mech will be ready to take down the dragon. I just need those claws to do a tad bit more damage. Now I need to make a chicken mech. Okay, yeah, I can do that. I basically started by making a big chicken-shaped robot body with turbines instead of wings. This is looking good, I think. Yeah, let's get to work on texturing, like the actual turbines here, and then a more subtle gray robotic texture along the rest of it. Now with some final detail on the chicken's face, I think we're good to test it out. I really hope this thing doesn't look too dumb in game. The moment of truth is upon us. How silly does it look? Oh my word, not silly at all. These wings have become complete jet engines. Imagine the flames coming off of the backside. That'll burn your tush. And these little floppers down here, I hope I built enough balance into those hydraulics because those feet aren't very big for that chicken body. There's only one way to find out. Let's climb up inside the backside, going through the butt, folks. And the turbines move as we waddle around. Now, granted, you can tell just by looking at me that the waddle process is a little bit of a bumpy ride. So make sure you don't get nauseous inside the... Sorry, excuse me, folks. Make sure you don't get nauseous inside of the waddling vehicle when you're looking for something to completely annihilate. Hello there, buddy. Have you ever seen a mega chicken? I can lay unlimited eggs. Hard-boiled, soft-boiled, sunny side up, scrambled. You get all of them. If I could just back up and get the targeting down just right. Oh my goodness. We landed one. This is the perfect length. The 50-yarder, 60-yarder, and he's down. Wait a second. What's that? My previous prison. The barn. It's time to go and act our revenge on this farmer. Destroy his wheat first. See ya. No more food for you and your family. And just gotta climb over the top of the tractor here, get in front of the barn, and take our vengeance. Destroy everything. No more chickens held in captivity ever. No more farming. I am super excited for this one. The spider mech. I'll make the base of the body a little more cubic, then make this spider leg, and copy that over until we get, of course, 8 of them. And get to detailing. Lots of detailing. I think our spider mech is now complete. Let's see this robotic menace scuttle around in Minecraft. A beautiful mountain. The perfect place to throw down this spider mech. Holy goodness gracious. The spider mech has joined us. Mechanically sound, beautifully crafted, 8-legged mech. This thing is my greatest fear. But I have control, which means everything should go smoothly, hopefully. Let's get a good jumping off point and jump inside this mech. Boom, we are the spider. As soon as we enter the mech, the legs have spread out, and now we crawl exactly like a spider, which means we can climb up anything. And if we find a spot that we see a little too steep, all we have to do is leap up on top, and we can jump up an entire mountain in just a few seconds. Even scale around the side of the mountain, climbing over trees. Our only kryptonite, climbing into caves. I did in fact make the mech too large to get inside the cave, but not to worry. We're large enough that we'll never need to hide from anything. I'll simply jump right over the top of this cave and get to the top side of this mountain, all the way to the snowy peaks. The creepers don't want to come all the way to the top of the peak. Not to worry, I'll come down to meet you and experience a little of this poison. Oh, that creeper's getting poisoned to death. He's trying to run. He's trying to cool off. Let me get over the top. Where did he go to? There he is. He's underneath us. My angles are all off. I'm not going to be able to drop poison underneath. There's 3 of them. They're reproducing. What is happening here? 1 creeper down. 1 more down. There's just 1 more. Don't let it reproduce. What in the world did I put in this stuff? Get over to the other side. I can't find him anywhere. It looks like that 1 creeper is going to be in charge of repopulating the entire globe. Now for the bee mech. I can't believe. Okay, I'm not going to finish that one. You know how we're doing it. It's a mech. Make it bee-shaped. Then I'll add some helicopter wings to replace the bee wings. Duplicate that to the other side, and some little claw hands. And a couple little robot legs, because bees have 6 legs after all, I think. Right? They're insects? Whatever, time to color. I tried to make it yellow like a bee, but I didn't really like how it looked. So I went with orange instead. And I actually like it a lot more. But let's see if it actually looks good in Minecraft. Now, my only concern with the bee mech, don't get stung. Plop it in. Look at that honeybee. Wings currently erected straight up. That's for storage purposes. Let me just make sure the stinger isn't out. The stinger's not out currently. All right, we're good, folks. Pop inside and take this bee off. Zip this thing around the trees, and with our elevated flight, we can easily traverse up the hillsides. Wait a second, some creepers have come down to try and take over our honey hive. Fire off some stinger bees at them, and they're gonna get completely destroyed. And we can sit back with our popcorn and watch as these detonating stinger bees go after any creeper in sight. 3 of them out. We could send 6 of them at a time, 9 of them, 12 of them at a time. And now that those detonating honeybees have nothing to worry about, they're gonna go explode somewhere random. That could get dangerous. Now for everyone's least favorite mob, the Guardian. But you'll actually like it because it's a mech. I started by making some hydraulic legs for the base, just because hydraulic sounds like it has hydro in it, which reminds me of water. I wanted the front of the mech cage to act also as the Guardian's face. So here's the eyeball. Add on some red arms and some submarine turbines to be able to move efficiently underwater. I textured it with this white circle interface and then finished up the final details. This Guardian mech is looking pretty Pretty cool, if you ask me. Inspired by the bee with our hydro turbine propellers on top. 1 eyeball, 2 eyeballs, 3 eyeballs. This guy's completely decked out, totally ready to rock. Let's climb inside and get him activated. Look at the bubbles coming off. It looks like he's calling to the water, but our guardian mech works perfectly well on land too. We can traverse both the overground and the underground into the ocean, floating right above. Down underneath we go. Ooh, wait. 1 second, folks. Ooh, close call. I forgot. I still need to breathe under the water. We can dive down for short sprints, explore the ocean, and return to the surface for a breath of fresh air. Bam, 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 bam. He's trying to ink us to get us away. That's not going to work on us, buddy. Look at how massive our mech is. A whole school of squids. At least I think they're called a school. We can instantly fire hydro water shots at all of them at the same time, taking down every squid in sight in a fraction of a second, or at least a fraction of a minute. The last squid remaining. Sayonara, buddy. Now that the ocean is cleared of anything in our way, we can take our guardian mech into the depths never seen before. Now for the goat mech. I feel this mob is kind of easily forgotten, so we're gonna give it a mech that could never be forgotten. I'll give it this bulky frame with mini legs and build out these goat horns on top of the mech. And I don't want it to be a boring gray goat color, so instead I went with this purpley tan color. Had to make sure it was even on both sides, which of course it was. And that's it. Our super tough goat mech is ready. Find a proper hillside for our goat, because of course this is a mountain goat. Drop him down, and our goat mech is not an edible goat by any means. This is so much metal packed into one little ball of fur that at one point was called a goat, and now has the ramming capability of utter destruction. Look at the horns on this buddy. Line ourselves up against a hill here. All right, let's charge straight towards it and cause as much destruction as possible, folks. 3, 2, 1, engage! 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 Look at this massive tunnel we're digging. Wait, our horns aren't working as well as I thought. I have to position it just perfectly. Go left, then right, then left, then right, then left, then right. Okay, our tunnel ended up going a tad bit sideways. Trust me, I know how to dig straight. I've never driven a goat before. Now it's time to start working on nether mobs, since the overworld ones are out of the way. Let's do the blaze mech. My idea, since blazes float, is to have this small cage for the player to sit in, but below it will be this fan on stilts so that it can kind of float. Then all of these pieces are going to be flamethrowers that are going to constantly generate heat around the mech. I then gave the entire mech a more blaze-like color palette, and once that was done, we're ready to check out what it looks like in Minecraft. Look at the blaze mech in all of its beauty, and as soon as we jump inside, this boy's about to take flight. Plop on in, and look at those spinners of death. The mech is totally floating above the water now. You think I'm joking? I'm not joking. Look at us, all above the water. Nothing can touch us. We can't be extinguished. And from the water, we can destroy anything we want. Completely burning this entire forest down? Don't mind if I do. Single-handedly destroying every last piece of lumber there ever was. There's a villager outpost. We can go destroy that. Let's see if I can float right over the top of these trees. Well, hold on. Let me get a different direction here. Float right over the top of these. Oh, I'm stuck underneath. Float right over the top of these. All right, folks, 1 second. Let me open up a clearing here. Park my blaze mech there for a second. Re-grab that guy. All right, bring him over to the villager outpost. I really need to work on some of the mobility on these mechs. Pop inside of our blaze mech, turn around the side here, and completely destroy the outpost. Just light it all up like one massive firework. Let's get the bottom side lit on fire too. Everything will burn from the ground up. Our blaze is so hot, we set the sand on fire. You don't see that every day. Now for the Piglin mech. You know, the guy I've been placing in all these mechs. Well, it's time to shine. We'll make it a tall mech with some Piglin tusks. Then, to fit in the Piglin brute style, it'll also have these large arms. Copy that over to make the second arm. Give it a belt on the cage, just like the original mob. Then detail the entire mech, including these eyes with a scar over one of them. Awesome, dude. This one is ready to rock and roll. Or walk. Rock and walk. The night is falling, and it's a perfect time for us to test out our Piglin mech. mech. This guy looks stronger than anything we've seen so far. The yellow and the black together make him look immaculate. Let's plop inside. The Piglin mech has been activated. Let's walk him right on over to some of these drowns invading our space and give him a solid punch back into the water. Get off my land, buddy. See ya. Let's yeet this guy all the way over the hilltop. Wait a second. He might be a little bit too far out of our reach. Can we reach down there? Can we reach just a... Oh, we can. In fact, we definitely can. We punched right through the dirt and nuked that drown. Another one trying to come back where he just saw his buddy get killed from. Let's get this guy. Oh, he's stuck. No longer stuck, but no longer with us. Another drown trying to get all the way to the other side. I'll help you. See ya. There's only one last drown still in our space here, trying to soak up some of the water down here, climb our mech down on into this puddle, and get to the edge here, and just blast that guy against the dirt. This punch has the force of 1,000 titans, and I love it. Now for the wither mech. I don't want it to be too dark so you can't see the detail, so I'll use this color that's closer to nether bricks, and I'll be using this as the base for the legs, the torso, and the arms and head of the mech as well. I did some detailing like I did for the rest of the mechs, then gave it some menacing red glowing eyes, because why not? Withers are kind of boring, so I thought I could make our mech a little bit better, which I did. Let's see how it turns out in game. Look at the size of this wither mech. Completely encased, the piloting cockpit is perfect. Legs even bigger than the Piglin mech, and the head, there's brains in that baby. But the only thing we really need out of a wither mech is total annihilation. Let's step inside, test out our gunnery for a second. Looks like the arms are working well. The biceps strong and perfect. Bicep curls have been going easy these days. Let's see just how many mobs we can take down in just a few blows. Walk right on through and yeet as many of these guys as we can. Even the creepers are gone in one hit. Some skeletons, oh, don't mind if I do. Let me get after some of this bone. Another one over here. Bye-bye, Gerald. See ya. Only a few mobs still remain in our way. Every single one of these guys is getting completely destroyed. Even the trees are getting nuked in our wake. A spider hiding under? I'll just take down the whole darn trunk to get to you. Oh my goodness, one whack and you're gone. Take this out, and the skeleton is gone again. Even this hill. This mech works better than the goat. We can just tear right through the whole hill. Look back at our complete annihilation. There's nothing that remains. This mech might be giving me a little too much power, folks. Maybe I should go back to that farm and take care of that farmer. Make sure you check out all of these mobs and more in Mob Mechs on the Minecraft Marketplace today.